the last slide, you were asked to do problems. We are using inequalities to compare less than, greater than, or equal to, and we're converting. Remember, if we're going from a bigger measurement to a smaller measurement, we multiply. Smaller to bigger, we divide. Our first problem we have is 350 centimeters. And we're changing that to meters. Oh, let's see. Chloe, where is the decimal point in 350? What's in the ones place in the number 350?
0.
The 0. My decimal point always is behind the ones place. So now I'm going to have 350 centimeters. And Chloe, am I multiplying or dividing? Do you know?
Multiplying.
Why am I multiplying?
Dividing.
Dividing. Why am I dividing?
Because centimeters are smaller than meters.
Centimeters to meters, which means I divide. And how many centimeters are in 1 meter, Chloe?
100.
100. There are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. We're going from centimeters, which are smaller, to meters, which are bigger. So Chloe, is 350 in my answer going to become a bigger number or a smaller number? Smaller, because I'm dividing. And Chloe, when I divide, I move my decimal point which direction?
To the left.
To the left. When I'm dividing by 100, how many times do I move it to the left?
2.
2. So it's going to go here, here. My answer is going to be 3 5/10 meters. 3 5/10 meters. Your life's going to be easier if you write these down and don't try and do them all in your head. I'm just saying. Here we have 4,000 milliliters. We're going to change that to liters. Oh, Aiden, which is bigger, millimeters to liters? Milliliters to liters, liters is bigger. So we're starting with milliliters, changing to liters, so we're going to divide. And we're going to divide 4,000, and my decimal point's always at the back. It's behind the ones place if it's not written. So we're going to divide 4,000 by what? 1,000. Where in the world did your 1,000 come from? Good. Because there are 1,000 milliliters in a liter. There are 1,000 milliliters in a liter. So now I have the number 4,000, Aiden. I'm dividing, so I got to make that number smaller. I'm not changing any of the digits. I'm just moving my decimal point. So when we're doing metric, we're just moving the decimal point. I'm not changing any of my digits around. I'm just moving my decimal point. So Aiden, am I moving it left or right? Make it smaller. Left, good. And how many times do I move it to the left? 3 times. Because we're dividing by 1,000. So I want to make it 1,000 times smaller. So 4,000 milliliters equals 4 liters. 4,000 milliliters equals 4 liters. Now, a very smart person pointed out to me that kiloliters and liters is not on the formula chart. However, I said we could use them interchangeably if we went kilometers to meters, because it's all the same base. Kilo is 1,000. So now I need to change either kilometers to liters or liters to kilometers. And what would you like to do, Riley? Okay, so you want to change this. We're going to change liters to kilometers. So liters to kilometers, we're going to divide. So we're going to have 30,000 divided by how many liters are in a kiloliter? How many meters are in a kilometer? Since that's on there, how many meters in a kilometer, Riley? How many meters in a kilometer? 1,000. Okay? 1,000 meters in a kilometer. So that means we're going to divide by 1,000. My decimal point's always behind the ones place. If I'm making it smaller, I got to move my decimal point which way? Left. How many times am I going to move my decimal point? 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. So then this becomes 30 kiloliters. So 3 kiloliters less than, greater than, or equal to 30 kiloliters. How's it greater? 3 and 30. Less than. 3 kiloliters is less than 30 kiloliters, which means 3 kiloliters is less than 30,000.
Hi, sorry to interrupt. Do you have anybody that sees Miss Taylor that needs to go practice test?
Anybody in here go see Miss Taylor? No?
No? All right, thank you, Mr. McGrady.
No problem. All right, and lastly, we have 14 meters and 140 centimeters. 14 meters and 140 centimeters. We're doing this inequality, so we have to find out less than, greater than, or equal to. And we can either change meters to centimeters or centimeters to meters. Seth, which one do you want to do?
Wait, what?
We can either change meters to centimeters or centimeters to meters, because we can't compare them if they're not the same thing.
Meters to centimeters.
All right? So we're going meters to centimeters. So we have 14 meters, and since we're going bigger to smaller, we're going to multiply. And what are we going to multiply by, Seth? How many centimeters in a meter? It's on your formula chart. How many centimeters in a meter? $100. Good. And since we're multiplying by a number greater than 1, we have to move the decimal point to the right. And Seth, how many times are we going to move it to the right? 2 times. So I'm going to have to move it once. So I have to have a number there. One more, I have to have a number there. So those are going to be zeros. So 14 meters equals 1,400 centimeters. So Seth, less than or greater than? 14 meters is less than, greater than, or equal to 140 centimeters. Greater than. Because 14 meters equals 1,400 centimeters. 14 meters equals 1,400 centimeters. Questions? I'm going to let you figure out the last one on your own.
We have to do work on our own?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. It's so sad. All right.